Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Wobasi, the Mile High Mouth, and today I'm going to talk about Gamazumi. Why am I talking about this? Well, because I normally can't. I have all of these games, and I don't think I've actually ever covered any of them because you kind of can't. I kind of want to talk a little bit about why I can't really cover Gamazumi, but I like their style. They work with some interesting partners, and they put out games that are technically fairly etchy, but are they're created for like a more mature audience, a more mature and discerning audience. In fact, I think every single one of these is rated M, right? Let me check. Yep, Sable's Grimoire, that's rated M. Mm-hmm. It's a fantasy academy where you befriend monster girls. Their games aren't too expensive either, and they've come out pretty nicely. And I've purchased every single one of them. This company has never sent me any games, and I'm fine with that. I see their name on something. I'm like, oh, I should check that out. And to be perfectly honest, the writing on these is not the only one that I thought the writing was a little uneven ish would be Legends of Talia Arcadia, which, it's okay. Writing's okay. It goes to some interesting places though. And it's the one that's rated T. Because if I remember correctly, everything else here is rated M. I haven't actually gotten to this one yet, but I was kind of like because of Sakura Succubus coming out, right? The fourth one. I kind of went through and was playing through these, and to be perfectly honest, the majority of these, well, a little bit kind of generic visual novel-y. Some of them, some beats on there. I mean, you've got your Sundari character, you've got your other types of characters. Yeah, character with glasses. Yeah. Anywho, these games are what's the best way to describe them? They're kind of they're either visual novels or datey style games, right? With choices and stuff, you go through there, multiple endings, etc. Actually, Sakura Succubus only has like the first one doesn't have like multiple endings as far as I can tell, but the later games do. Later games have multiple endings and multiple little images and stuff that you can find. Now, the funny thing about these is that they I know I need to re-download it from this, but I finished these and then like I'm like I have to clear them off my card for more games. Although I do have a Switch that all four of them are on there along with all these. That's my Switch Lite that has all four of them. All four of those and all 10 of their games. I just wanted to talk about these because I find them to be kind of amusing. They are very fan servicey. Every single one of these is pretty fan servicey. Although this one's a Yuri game. Many of them on Steam have patches because they have H content. But that H content's been removed from these, right? There's a lot of visual novels on the Nintendo Switch which have had adult content removed from them. If I remember correctly, Clannad was originally an adult game. Yeah, a bunch of these were something else at one point in time, but when you took out that content, they still had a pretty good story. And while Sakura Succubus, this series does get pretty risque, and it does have some, oh, I'm pretty sure something happened. Mm-hmm. It's brushed over with like a screen wipe and slightly altered cutscenes, which is fine. I mean, if you really want to play these on the go with those, and you go buy a Steam Deck, nobody is actually buying a Steam Deck so they can be like, I'm going to go play one of my high quality Steam games, which are available on consoles anyways, for the most part, at 30 to 60 FPS, possibly, on a tiny screen. I mean, it's still 7-inch screen, but still, what is it, like 1080? Yeah. Nobody's really buying it for that. You're buying it because you can access the Epic Store for more games, and because you can install mods. Lots of mods. So, what's funny about these is the ones that are on the Switch and the PS3, PS4, other stuff. What else are they on? I know they're on the Switch, and I know they're on like the PS4, but I also don't care about anything other than the Switch. I mean, I have a PS5 and Xbox Series X sitting right over here, but when it comes to visual novels, I don't really seek those out on something that's not portable. And if I want to play these uncensored, because there's extra dialogue during all those types of things, I would probably pick them up on Steam with the Steam Deck, because that's really the entire purpose of that. So you can install mods. So you can play your version of... You can play like Skyrim, where all the dragons or whatnot have been turned into Thomas the Tank on the go. That's the real reason for the Steam Deck. It's for all those mods. And emulation. Woo! And, like, to be honest, I have a Steam account, and aside from games that have been sent to me, the only real games I've forked out money for were Chrono Trigger. Yeah. And that's only because it's not on the Switch. And it should be on the Switch. How dare you, Square Enix? But anyways, yeah, let's talk a little about this company. I just know that they're a publisher, and they work with companies like Winged something or other. What is that? Oh, Winged Cloud. They work with stuff like Winged Cloud and things like that to get their kind of itchy little games out there. There are other companies, too, that do the same thing. For example, East Asia Soft does that quite a bit, and they send stuff. I like them for that. I really appreciate their strangeness with their games. And there's a lot of visual novels on here. In fact, like, if I go to, like, my wish list is smack full of, oh yeah, that was purchased, so I'll delete that off of there. But no, it's smack full of, like, these kind of visual novel games. And Nico Para, Volume 4, I hadn't picked it up yet. I will pick this up at some point. It looks good. I don't know, I like visual novels. I blame Phoenix Wright for that. But yeah, I mean, and some of them are really good. Raging Loop is amazing. Stuff like The House in Fata Morgana or World End Economica Complete. The Steins Gate series of things, right? There's so many different little ones. Like, Island looks good. It's just expensive. I appreciate the fact that Gamuzumi puts out hours of content. I mean, these games will last you maybe an hour, 2 hours, 3 at most, if you're just trying to get through all like the different things, you know, the different choices, read all the text. You can get all the pictures and all that, like, pretty easily. I mean, they're not long games, but they are fun in that you're reading something that's just a little bit, I would say kind of like, what was that? Torabu? Or, let's see, other type of semi-ecchi anime like, I would say these are closer to something like Ayori Ayoshi in terms of, or Torabu or whatever, than most things. I mean, we're talking that stuff like this, like something from Rumbling Hearts, which, if I remember correctly, is also based on an adult game. Yeah. Or something you'd see in, like, Please Teacher or Please Twins, or most of those just anime games with stuff happening. But I do kind of like them. The characters are interesting, and the storylines are woefully inappropriate. which I appreciate. I just wanted to say that I like this company. I just want to rant about it for like 10 minutes or so. Should you go out and buy their games? No, not really. If you're not like the type of person who is into these types of visual novels to begin with. If you are, though, yeah, you should. You should. I'm just a little sad. I don't think there's like. I would totally buy a Cosmo figurine. But that doesn't exist. But I do want to thank Gamuzumi for existing and putting these games out on the Nintendo Switch, where they can reach a larger audience that may not be familiar with like the adult versions of these. Personally, I think that like it makes me think about there's a movie called Kite where they needed to put in stuff to get it funded. I feel like Sakura Succubus and stuff like that, or things like Honey Pop, kind of have like adult content for the specific reason of having adult content. I mean, I can never cover any of these games, like playthroughs or whatnot, on YouTube for the most part because they are M-rated and these types of things get flagged all the time. But I can talk about the company, right? Hopefully. Because I kind of feel like they're kind of worth checking out for their silliness and their risque content. And hey, this one right here is actually a Yuri game. There's so many different games that are kind of yaoi on the Switch. There's quite a few of them, actually. There's quite a few of those boys love type ones. Or you've got these pretty boys all doting over a single girl. You have like these type of harem games, and you have the reverse harem games, and they're very prevalent on the Switch. Like I think Code Realize is one of those, and I appreciate the fact that these have a platform here on a Nintendo console. That's pretty great. So even like I actually suggest if you're a fan of more mature content, you should go check these out. Try one or two of them, see if they're your cup of tea. I mean, they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I liked them story-wise. Actually, I thought they were pretty great. I was actually kind of upset where Sakura Succubus 3 was going. And I was like, okay, so how are we going to get out of that? I was like, please don't end the game on a cliffhanger. Thankfully, they didn't. I was a little worried about that. Although you can end it in many weird... That one's got like a bunch of different endings. I'm currently playing through Sakura Succubus 4. I don't know where that one's going to go. Dun dun dun. But I do know it's going to be fun. Yup. But yeah. I just wanted to talk about this company for a little bit. Just kind of ramble. And thank you for sticking through my rambling. Now let's close this out. Yep. Nah, like I said, I've got like a thing for visual novels. Let's go back here a bit. Let's actually look through which ones are currently on my main system that are visual novels. Card game. This one's kind of a visual novel. This one's kind of a visual novel. I think this is. I haven't played it yet. I've got stuff in here I haven't yet. Ah, that one is. Let's see. Yeah. Definitely. I really liked Syrup in the Ultimate Suite. I am looking forward to whatever... Actually, you know what? It's a Ratalaika game. But whenever that person who put together Syrup in the Ultimate Suite wants to put out more games on Nintendo Switch, I support them wholeheartedly, and I feel that people should. This one has an interesting story. I'm not done with it yet, though. I like the Jenny LeClue ones. Those are fun. I finished Nin Nin Days, which, honest to goodness, I put that up there and still got like demonetized. So I was like, no. So that's why I don't dare put up Kokoro Days or some of the other ones. Some of the other ones, like my girlfriend is a mermaid. Those ones there, I barely got away with those. Time Tenchi, The Hollow. To the Moon is not really one, but oh my gosh, it's a good game. Okay, there's Legend of Talia. I need to finish that one. I mean, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is fantastic. And a lot of these ones here. Oh, let's see, Other Company. I'm trying to remember if they're the people putting out like the Nin Nin Days or whatnot. I know we were supposed to be talking mostly about Gamuzumi, but hey, I want to check. Yeah, Curate. I've pretty much purchased all of their games. Treble Days. Nin Nin Days is one that like got immediately demonetized pretty much. I'm like, dang it, I didn't even show off anything risque for the most part. And so I don't dare this one or these. Or these. Dang it. That said, what is this one? Oh, is this a horror game? Oh, it's one of those walking horror games. They're those Korean-style horror games where you've got like a character that's walking around and sometimes stuff shows up. Yeah. Side-scrolling action games like that. Those are okay. But these people... I mean, this one is a isekai. And that's pretty great. I'm just kind of weeby. Oh well. That happens. I just wanted to talk about Gamuzumi, yeah. Who puts these ones out? Artrumpf Idea Co. Ltd. I haven't even played through these yet. That's the problem. It's one of those things where it's like, well, this only takes like a couple hours to get through. Yeah, I'll play through it. Let's see who Idea is. Oh. Yeah, I've purchased everything from them. I haven't played these, but I really like 10-second run back on the I think on the DSi days. Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna be going over like weird little companies that produce stuff that like I like that most people probably won't or don't. But I don't know. I mean, visual novels, kind of an addict. Yeah. I mean, what are these? Oh, I bet it's got like, let's see. Oh yeah, I have everything of theirs too. Yeah. That one was okay. Reverse Memories is pretty good. But yeah, I think Gamuzumi puts out like some of the more risky ones, and I like them for that. Oh man, that's one I could probably do. Yeah, if you see, we're getting into like this spot where that's an interesting one, where we're getting into all the visual novels. Yeah. Ooh, who put this one out? The Ridge. Our battle has just begun. Episode 1. Is this a visual novel? I don't remember if it's a visual novel or not. Yep. It's a visual novel. Oh, what did they do? Just this one. That reminds me, I need to play through that one, and hopefully, like, they'll put out the next ones. I kind of feel like I need to do something on Kimomono Friends Picross specifically for that little penguin girl in the far right of the thing. Yeah, we do this stuff that shows up. Oh, this was so good. Nocia is so good. You should pick it up. Yeah. Raging Loop is also extremely good, and people should pick it up. But yeah, I can't really get into these games onto my on my channel. Ah, well. Because we're trying to make sure that we are as PG, maybe PG-13 as possible. And these are M-rated games. Well, I could play like Quake or Doom or whatnot and be fine. I can't play these. It's like there's I feel like that's a problem. Let's be honest. Oh, also, one thing I love about these are that they're self-aware for the most part. And the main character is pretty funny. Also, there's a lot of little references everywhere. At one point, they're talking about this, and then one of the characters just gradually works in like a reference, like, well, we're at the beach, and I went like they were talking about one particular thing, which I'm not going to get into the joke, but part of the joke was just a very deadpan reference. That's the problem with sand. It's we know what quote I'm talking about, and they're actually pretty great with that. Life simulation gameplay. Ha ha ha! No. I'm actually at that part there, right? Cause kitty paddle. I'm sorry. This game is pretty funny to me. I like them because they're funny, but they do have some strong language, and they do have some. What they mean by themes is that there's a lot of discussion of polyamory. Yeah. And the ethics of it. Yeah. So, which actually I was not expecting in this game. I was actually pretty happy to find that in this game where they're talking about that type of stuff. And it kind of makes sense. There's a lot of weird little politics going on in the background there. But generally, I have to applaud this company, Gamazumi, for putting this stuff out. I mean, they didn't make it. They just published it. But they prepped stuff so it could be published. And they got it through to Nintendo. And I enjoyed these games. But yeah, this didn't really have a point. I just wanted to like stutter on about Gamazumi for 20 something minutes. Anywho, if you're a fan of visual novels, check out their stuff. They're a good company so far. I haven't heard of any type of Twitter drama or anything with them. As far as I know, they treated all these developers fairly. So hopefully, because sometimes you see stuff where developers get completely raked over the coals by publishing companies. Like there's this really good one that I liked, like Feathered Wings or something like that. Yeah, Feathery Wings. I played it and I was just absolutely appalled because it was just not well ported. And then you go look at the developer was like, hey, look at the PC game, all this stuff happened, and then they patched it and made it better. Although it's one of those games where when I do pick up a Steam Deck, just to support that particular person, I'm gonna buy a Steam Deck. Buy the game on Steam so I can support them because. With Steam, the good thing about Steam is that you're paying, for the most part, the main person directly. Or if they have a Games.io type thing, or if they have a place where you can download their game directly from the person and play it, if you can do that on the Steam Deck, then that'd be perfect. I think the Steam Deck would be, if they make it open enough, would be a wonderful way to support companies on the go without supporting Steam. I mean, you buy the hardware from Steam and then use every other store that's not Steam to buy games. Actually, I think that would make me happier. I would rather buy stuff off of Epic Store than Steam Store. And there, I said it. I feel like Steam's store is kind of garbagey. Yeah. Although Steam sales, man. Steam sales. But yeah, back to Gamazumi. I appreciate them for what they've done. And that's all I really want to say. And I want to thank you for sticking through this weird and tiresome rambling rant. And until the next video comes out, you are now caught up.
Morning, Maya.